Good morning, folks. I just want to say thanks to everybody for joining us this morning for another episode of Find Your Awesome with Awesomepreneurs. Now, I don't know what day it is. It could be Tuesday, Sunday. We never know what day of the week it is anymore because of what's going on. But I just want to send a big shout out to the frontline workers out there that are risking their lives for everybody. You guys are incredible. Thanks so much for doing what you're doing. We have another special episode today. I have my good friend Devin Johnson, co-founder of Connected, on tonight, on this morning. So let's welcome Devin. Devin, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear, man. Sounding good. It's a pleasure to be on the show and to be able to chat with you here for 20 minutes or so.
I'm so thankful you're with us, Devin. Now, you've impressed me from the start. It's my job as the CEO of Awesomepreneurs to build business relationships in the background with incredible people to bring value to my members. Now, when I saw your program, I was so impressed. I couldn't believe it. It knocked my socks off. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about Connected and when it started and what part you had to play in that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna rewind this about 3 years. I was running a digital marketing company and had a couple partners involved, and we were using LinkedIn manually. Okay, and we were having a lot of success with it. We were getting, a little under half our new business just from making manual connections on LinkedIn. And I said, man, there's just got to be a better way to do this. And so the idea of Connected was born. I put it on a napkin. It's one of those napkin ideas, and worked with our contractors at the time that would build our websites and stuff. And Connected was born. So my role in starting Connected was the idea from the beginning. Just now, I don't take full, ownership of getting it to where it's at today, but I did fire up the idea and got our team involved, and actually thought of the name Connected in less than 5 seconds.
You did, eh? That's wild. Now, have you always been an entrepreneur, Devin?
I have, yeah. So I've always been an entrepreneur. In high school, I actually started by reselling premium shoes. So in the U.S., and then probably Canada as well, there's a market for rare Yeezys and Nikes and Jordans and whatnot. And due to some hardship my family was going through at the time, I was motivated to start making some money and help provide. And shoes was my outlet. So I started flipping shoes, and it is funded entrepreneurship to this day.
That's so wild. I love hearing stories like that, buddy. And you were impressive right from the start. I've got to tell you that. I'm talking to a lot of younger people now, and it's incredible how many young people are stepping up to become leaders in the community. And that's exactly how I see it. You must be a leader in that whole entire city with the connections you've made, eh?
Hey, there's a lot of them. Yeah. And so I'm in a lot of groups where there's opportunity to give back. There's opportunity to volunteer. I'm a part of whatever I can possibly do to move our community in the right direction. This year was a big focus around me advocating, entrepreneurship programs in Indianapolis, but unfortunately with COVID going on, it's a little bit harder to get into those workshops and run those appropriately. But yeah, it's a big mission of mine to keep encouraging young people to find an outlet and put their 100% and 10% effort behind it. Because if I can do it with the background I have, which is just YouTube, anyone can do it.
It's an open world now, isn't it? It seems like the world is at our fingertips with the technology that we have now.
Never been easier.
Yeah, it's never been easier for people to make money and generate and build a business as long as they put the hours and the work in. And that's one thing I notice about you. I've seen your schedule, and I'm telling you, folks, you've never seen a schedule like this before. You want to talk about hard work? It's booked from 7 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night, every day, 7 days a week. So that's what it takes. You've shown me that. I've learned a lot from you, being as young as you are. And me being an old timer here, I can't thank you enough for some of the stuff that you've taught me. You've taught me work ethic. You've taught me all this technology stuff. Now, did you come up? You said you wrote this idea on a napkin because you wanted to use LinkedIn in a more effective way. Now, how
Yeah.
long did it take from the napkin to where you are at this point? Did it take a long time?
Just under a year.
It did, eh?
Yeah, just under a year. Connected's been really in the marketplace just over 2 years, kind of having that anniversary here. And so about 3 years just all together to really kind of make this all come together.
That's awesome. And one thing I've noticed about is it keeps growing and it keeps building and it keeps getting better. It seems like you guys want to bring the best possible project to your clients each and every day. What do you guys have in the works for help as far as teaching people how to use LinkedIn properly? Is there something in the works for that?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Kyle. So we've seen a hole in the market, even with our user base. 93% of people do not know how to use LinkedIn effectively, and so we're launching an education course. Fingers crossed, May 15th, on just how to use LinkedIn, even if you're doing it manually. If automation's not your thing, we're not trying to press you into it, but we do want to teach you the opportunity that LinkedIn presents. It's unbelievable. Just a couple facts about LinkedIn. The average income for a LinkedIn user is $73,000 per year. 33% of millionaires use it as their primary social media, and it has over 200 million active users on a day-to-day basis. It's an extremely powerful platform. And now, especially now, you have to find other ways to build your pipeline. Okay. And LinkedIn is just the golden key, the opportunity right now that people have to take advantage of.
You know what, Devin? I couldn't agree more. And I didn't know how to use LinkedIn before I hooked up with you guys. I didn't know much about it. I always had a page. Like I always had my own LinkedIn page, but I didn't do anything with it because I didn't know how to use it and I didn't know how to get the value out of it until I connected with Connected. There's a play on words for you. And yeah. I'm telling you, I've got to make sure that the crowd knows that Connected 100% changed my business. It changed my whole outlook on the types of people I was meeting each and every day because they were targeted leads. They were people that wanted to talk to me because they knew what I had already. And it's just been life-changing for me. I actually got to a point where I couldn't keep up with it. And I had to hire somebody to look after the messages in the back end, which is a phenomenal problem to have. Now, if somebody doesn't know anything about LinkedIn, do you guys help them with their page and how to write their platform and all that kind of stuff? Will you guys help them with that?
Yeah. So during our onboarding process, this is where we're different from a lot of other marketing tactics. We actually take some time and teach you the basics of LinkedIn and how to effectively use it and build your profile properly. We give you advice, we give you training, our content team helps you write and build your profile correctly. And that is everything in this business. The most we've reinvested in is the support and what we have to give to our user base. Without a user base and people believing in you, it's hard to keep a sustained business. And that's where we focus.
You know what? I can't say enough about the back end support. I want to make sure everybody's well aware of that. If I ever have a problem, I'm always able to reach out to one of your teammates. You have a full team of people there that are answering these questions in the background if somebody's got help. Is that not true?
That is correct. So 2 full-time right now, 2 more start next week, actually. So they've been in training the last couple of weeks. So we're adding 2 more full-time support reps there to answer your questions, there to educate you on LinkedIn, and there to just hold your hand when you need it the most. Outside of that, all of the partners and sales team is extremely responsive. Number 1 priority on our Monday kickoff calls is always putting that customer first and making sure our user experience is top of mind.
Wow, that's so incredible, buddy. Now, let me ask you this, Devin. How have you noticed that COVID has affected your business as well? I know there's a lot of businesses out there really hurting. And the reason I wanted to have you on today is because this program is so beneficial for the time that we're in right now. I mean, we can't go to events. We can't be out shaking hands and meeting new people. This program is that program for that. But has it affected your business in any way as well?
It has affected our business in a positive way. Business is increasing due to, there was a lot of medium to large or even corporate level clients that was banking on a conference or some event to happen to make their year for leads. That is not happening now. So Connected has been a solution provider these last 4 weeks to some major corporations. With everything we got going on, I can't drop any names, but we have stepped up to the plate and being the solution to a massive problem right now, which is conversations, even having to work from home. We're running educational webinars week over week on just how to keep a full pipeline, and even running webinars once a month on how to just work from remote,
Wow.
And, we want to rerun a webinar on how to just understand basic tools like Zoom and Slack and just free resources. It's completely free. There's no end initiative other than to inform and educate. And, it's extremely important that people adapt now, because look at the times that we're in. It's estimated, and other business leaders and influencers has told me it probably won't be but for 12 to 18 months before it's back to normal.
I heard that this week. It's scary.
You can't go 12 to 18 months without building a pipeline. You will be out of business, and anyone would be out of business. It's really tough to sustain in today's times. We want to flatten that learning curve and provide a resource that can substitute what you're used to doing.
So we're very, very clear, Devin. I want to make sure everybody catches this. So this program is the program that's going to allow that business to continue to make business relationships day in and day out. Is that not right?
That's absolutely correct. What Connected does, I don't think I put it all out there on the table. Connected automates connecting to your ideal prospects through LinkedIn and automatically follows up with them. That's what it does on the front end. On the back end, it provides email addresses and phone numbers for these individuals that agree to connect with you, so that you can always have a pipeline, always have the resources to be able to get in contact with new opportunity. On top of the software working effectively and working when you're not working, the level of education that we provide to maximize your efforts, I mean, that's where we step out of just being average.
I've never seen anything like it. I'll be honest with you. There was a lot of programs that I deal with. I get people call me every day. Hey, you know what? You got to try this. You got to try that. And I have never in my life seen something like this with this amount of value, this amount of education, and this amount of back-end support for all the clients. I mean, members of Awesompreneurs are going crazy for it. They just love it. Once they use it, they fall in love with it right away. So you said May 15th, this new program is supposed to be coming out to educate people on all the aspects of LinkedIn. Is that true?
That is true. Again, that is a target date. There is a lot of editing that goes into this, and our team is working day in and day out, but we're also dealing with the influx of business. So target date's May 15th, but with the flexibility of potentially going into June.
You never know with technology, and especially with the way things are nowadays, targets are hard to hit. Now, let me ask you this, Devin. What's a good way for people to get a hold of you? And how can they easily get a hold of you? I'm going to there's a ticker going along the bottom here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that everybody knows how to get a hold of you. So what's your email?
Yeah, so it's Devin, DEVIN @connected, KENNECTED.io.
@connected.io. Be fresh. So your email address is going to be at the bottom of this feed going forward. So I want to make sure everybody knows, listen, folks, reach out to Devin if you need anything, if you need the Connected program, if you want some LinkedIn education, if you want any other education, feel free to contact Devin. Now, Devin, how are you handling this situation with COVID, and how are you and your family? Are you guys safe down there in Indianapolis?
Yeah, absolutely. Staying safe. Maybe losing our minds just a little bit due to not being able to get out and go to dinner. And, I never thought we'd come to a day where I was like, man, I really wish I could just go order some chips and queso. you know, you
It's
always took that,
scary.
you always took that for granted. So, we're maintaining a decent work-life balance, and I really want to shine some light on why I think maybe this is happening. And I think God, not to get all spiritual on this, but I think God's putting our families together to really value our families, and I don't have a bunch of kiddos running around or anything like that, but to be able to spend more time with my wife and connect with my wife during all of this, and there's no outside distractions. It's get what you need to get done, and then you've got your family to rely on and get you through these times. And I'm finding my relationships just across the board are getting better because there's more time for and to focus on it. And so again, I'm not trying to go philosophical or anything here, but COVID is tough to deal with, but I'm also kind of thankful for it right now. Just the way it's impacting everything.
I'm in the same boat as you, buddy, and I couldn't be more prouder of your attitude towards it. There's a lot of negativity out there in the world right now, and there's people that choose to look at the negative side of it, and then there's the people that choose to look at the positive side of it. And I think you and I both just surround ourselves with incredible people every day that are always looking at the positive, and that's why we can stay positive through this whole entire thing. So I want to make sure you stay safe, Devin. I can't thank you enough for spending this time with us today. And again, Devin's information is on the ticker, folks. So make sure you reach out to him at absolutely any time. Just tell him you saw him on the podcast. Find you're awesome when you do that. So
I love it. Yeah. If anybody reached out to me, I'll send you guys over a free profile optimization guide and video, just so you can get a taste of why LinkedIn is the way to go. So a very good informational video. It's only about 11 minutes, and then a guide to go along with it. So anybody that reaches out to me, I'm here to help. I want to be a resource, and hopefully, we can connect soon.
That was incredible, Devin. Thank you so much, buddy. Just wait here with me on the line for a sec. I'm going to stop the feed, and we'll have a chat for 2 more minutes before I let you go. Hold on a sec here.
All right. Thanks.